If you are watching this Zoom recording, this is week 1 in January. So you're a little bit behind because we've already talked about just a really common topic at the beginning of the new year. A lot of businesses will promote New Year's resolutions. You'll see a lot of gym memberships increase. So what is a resolution? If you go to your definitions page on page 3, I believe, in your packet, a resolution is a decision to do something different, to behave in a certain manner. Now, it could be something based on the previous year. You know, let's say you want to make a change. Maybe you're working too much. So you cut back a little bit. That could be a resolution. So sometimes it's to change something that's not working. Sometimes a resolution is just, I really think I can do this year. I'm going to add something new on my plate. I just want to be better at something. Resolutions are great. And they don't have to be the new year. They can be any time of year. And they really people have good intentions when they make them. They are attempts to change up your ordinary routine with the hope that it's for your betterment. So they are goals, they are changes, they are endeavors, they are choices that we make. So if you notice your packet, it says 19 mind-blowing New Year's resolution statistics. So here's the problem with resolutions. Every year, millions of people set a New Year's resolutions. They have a goal, and many of them quit the first week. So statistics indicate 23% of people quit the first week. That means 1 in 4 people don't even make it 7 days. There's actually a day labeled Quitter's Day, which is the second Friday in January. By February, if you look at the statistics, 43% of people have given up their goals. That's almost half. It's not looking good, is it? So those are the statistics that you will put in your lead, because I hope by giving you those statistics, I grabbed your attention. Why do we set resolutions? Well, I always kind of give this analogy. It's a technology analogy. You know, when your computer's not working right and you get that rainbow pie sign, you want to reboot your computer. For some reason, turning it off a little bit, turning it on, back on, reboots it. We need that sometimes too. We need to turn off and maybe nap or get a little bit more sleep. And then miraculously, we feel better. So sometimes that's what a resolution does. It reboots us. Sometimes we need to reset. Something like completely have, a Microsoft update on your computer or your phone. Some kind of update that kind of resets you, gets you working better. We can recharge, like our battery, and a lot of things we can do to recharge ourselves. So the top 3 adult resolutions are really good for you. I want to exercise more, which we know is good for your health and your mind and your body. I want to eat healthier. Great resolution. And then the third one, we want to lose weight. Maybe we have been having too much food over the holidays, which is what a lot of people do. So it's not uncommon for you to hear somebody say, I'm going to go to the gym every single day. I'm going to get shape. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do all 3. Whoa. And they have good intentions and maybe they're really motivated, but maybe they go about it in the wrong way, which is why they fail. So here's what we do know. Resolutions can work, but you have to start small. So I used to be a gym rat, which means I went to the gym 5 days a week, and we would laugh in January. Our classes would be full, and we knew by the end of the month, most of them would be gone, and we'd get back to our normal crew. And part of me was really, I'm like, good for you for trying. And the other part of me was like, you can't just decide one day that I'm going to do this huge thing So what works? A little bit at a time. So if they had set a goal to go to the gym twice a month or twice a week instead of 5 days a week, they may have had a shot. If they added a buddy or joined a class, which, any kind of class, and I'm an exercise class girl, it motivates you. You have peer pressure to make you do the workout. You don't leave after 20 minutes. You're like, oh, they're doing it, I'm doing it with them. And you track your progress. And you can do that on your phone. My phone actually, my watch actually will track when I walk my dogs and say, hey, here's your walk, or you've met your exercise quota today. Any phone app can do that. Not to mention, if you have a gym membership, they track your progress too. And then finally, if you miss a day, especially if you only go twice a week, okay, I missed Wednesday, I'm going to go on Thursday. It's pretty easy to get right back on track. So this is what you would put in the conclusion. Why do they fail? 9%. This is the statistic that you'd put in the conclusion. 9% of people make it all the way to the end of the year. They reach their goal. They have succeeded with their New Year's resolution. That means 91% failed, quit at some point in the process. So, wow, why make them in the first place? Because they're good to make. And sometimes we need to make them to, again, reboot, reset, recharge, and change our thinking. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it really depends on how you go about it. Okay, so I'm going to share a video with you real quick. Hold on. Let's see how to do it on my. I made it bigger already, so now I got to make it smaller. Hello. Where is the share button? Okay. So strange. Share screen really didn't give me my normal share screen prompt. Very strange. Okay, here we go. Here's a short video on kids' resolutions. Here we go.
A New Year's resolution is.
They're so cute.
By the end of the year.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I'm gonna be nicer to my sisters and my parents. I want to learn how to do a split. Spending time with my friends and family. I am going to try to take more responsibility and do chores.
Love that.
Wearing more dresses.
Can you tell me what a New Year's resolution is?
I don't know.
All right, super cute. Stop sharing. Okay, so even young kids in that video understand the idea of a resolution, doing something for the better. The timing matters. Your motivation matters. Think about, when I go to this page, I'm going to go to this page where it says academic resolution, so you know where I'm at. So this month, especially starting back for January, I wanted to address two kinds of resolutions. So if you are watching this video, I have removed body paragraph number 2. So we are not going to do the mental health resolutions. This essay turned out to be, wow, super hard for kids coming right back. So you get the benefit of me understanding, what I can do better. For whatever reason, kids used second person you and your. I don't know if 2 weeks off, they got back into bad habits. Not sure. The last 2 essays we did in December were first person narratives. So I don't know if that had a factor in. Please make sure your essay is a third person expository. So think about this. Here's your job. You go to school 6, 7 hours a day, right? That's your job, right? You go to school to receive the best academic and social education you can possibly receive. Even top students, though, will tell you some subjects come easy and some subjects they have to work a little harder in, right? I think we all have that. This week, or 2 weeks ago, when I talked about this with my students, math seemed to be the easiest subject for most people. And obviously, most of them said language arts was their weakest, which is why they looked into me and coming into a writing class. So there are some resolutions, simple things that you can do when doing homework. So for example, most kids are going to do the easiest one first. Like, let's say they have homework in math and language arts, and they're really good in language arts, and they're not so good in math. Well, they're going to put off the math. Put off the hardest one. Well, what you should do is the opposite. When you're focused and have attention, do the subject that's harder for you. Get it out of the way, and then you have the easiest one left. Most kids don't do that, but that's just an easy goal that you can make. Have you ever noticed that some kids have a natural athletic ability? They're just good in sports. Some people have a natural ability when it comes to music. They can sight read music, they can play an instrument, maybe play the piano, maybe they can sing, and maybe that's not your strength, right? I've always wished, I love to doodle. I always wished I could draw, like sketch someone or sketch an animal and have it look perfectly beautiful. That's not my gift. But I do acknowledge that some people have those gifts. So think about what you can do now that you're back. It's been 2 weeks now. You were at January 20th. So if you're watching this, woo, you're way behind. But that's okay. Remember, with resolutions, we can get back on track. Maybe it's completing your homework in the subject you're weakest in first. Maybe it's, okay, put technology away. Don't play the video game. Don't have your phone or your computer or iPad nearby. Maybe it's go outside. I'm going to go outside and just play and hang out, especially on a beautiful day like today. Maybe when you get home from school, instead of putting off homework, eat your snack, take a break, but get right into homework. Don't put it off. Don't wait. What if you're too busy with after school activities? And you know what? Before the pandemic, I got to be honest with you, my Indian students overscheduled. I was worried, and I thought the pandemic would help. And then now I have parents with something for their kids every day. That's not good. Even your parents need days off. Your parents need a good 2 days off. So do kids. They need 2 days off for fun and play. So maybe it's giving up something, right? You don't have to be that busy. And here's my analogy. My daughter, when she was in high school, very busy, as high school kids are, and they're trying to create a resume for college. She was a lieutenant of her drill team, the high kick dance team. She was the lead in the play, lead in the musical, national merit, which means she scored really high on the SAT, top in her class, taking all AP courses, and she gave this much to each of her activities. And you know what I told her at the time, ladies and gentlemen, was, look, you're spreading yourself too thin. If you gave everything to theater and then, took a step back from dance, and she wasn't happy in dance anyway, there was a lot of drama there. So my daughter, now that she's 24, she looks back and says, I wish I had listened. I wish I had, put more emphasis into just a couple of areas that I was really good at instead of spreading myself too thin. And we all can get sucked into that. It's a trap. It really is. The more I do, the happier I am. And that's not true. Maybe your goal is, let's say history is a subject that you struggle in, or science. Science was one that a lot of kids said. I said, what if you went to, I don't know, Bill Nye the Science Guy, or you went to Live Science, and 10 minutes every day, you just watched science videos and just kind of learned about science in a fun way, not like you had to do homework or anything, just thought, I'm just going to do it for fun. After 365 days, that's 3,650 minutes of watching science videos. I guarantee you it's not going to be your weakest subject anymore. it's amazing what 10 minutes a day, and I'm the writing teacher, so I will tell you, reading is the foundation of all learning. Every one of my students should end their day with 15 minutes of reading. Absolutely, 15 minutes. Not, you know, just for joy, not a school reading assignment, just a book that you like. Research shows it calms the brain. It prepares the mind and the body for sleep, reduces our heart rates. But look, that's 15 minutes of learning, reading comprehension, learning new words, understanding sentence structure and flow of words. And you'd be surprised after 365 days how much better your reading score will be in language arts. What if you need to exercise more, and you're not athletic, you're not in track, you're not in volleyball, you're not in soccer. You make an effort, go walk around your block. You can even make money and, be a dog walker. Make sure you have a bike. Make sure it's safe, but go on your bike for 5-10 minutes a day. There are so many online free videos, exercise videos. You could do that too. And I'm not saying like 45 minutes, I'm saying 15. Make it manageable. Okay. So we are going to skip the mental health. Again, you just get the benefit of my wisdom and learning what other kids struggled with. So we're just going to kind of modify this. So I will send each of the 4 students who missed week 1, and there were 4 of you, I will send you the same essay, but if you scroll to the end, there will be an outline and it will say modified for Zoom recorded class. Okay, so use that outline. I've already done the lead with you. I've already done the conclusion with you. So here's what we're going to do. The thesis will change just a little bit. The start of a new year is when students can consider what resolutions they need to make to improve their academic progress. So we all can do something to improve our academic progress, all of us. And I say that me too. Hey, just because I'm older, just because I already have a college degree doesn't mean I can't continue to learn. We can always continue to learn. So attending school is the #1 job. So students often need to press the reset button and consider setting small goals to improve their academic performance. Okay, so I want you to be careful here. Another thing I want you to learn from other students. Topic choice is make or break. On your outline, I've given you a lot of topics. I gave you some at the end here. I really liked the essays that kind of came up with their own and explained them. So here we go. One change a student can make, right? And this change could be pretty simple. So remember, we don't want to think too big. We want to think quite simple. One change a student can make is reading 10 extra minutes every day. Just a book they love. Doesn't have to be in a specific subject, just reading for joy. It can be a comic book, it can be a joke book, it can be whatever you want. At the end of 365 days, that's 3,650 minutes of reading. I guarantee you, you will be stronger in reading comprehension and probably stronger in writing, because reading and writing are a reciprocal process. They go together. A second step in a new direction students can take is maybe something that's physical. Like if I'm an athlete, I'm going to focus on, in soccer, my weakness is passing. I'm going to really work on passing. I'm going to take 5-10 minutes extra day, maybe help with a friend, and I'm just going to work on passing until, I get stronger at it. I had a student who says, well, I play tennis. And I said, okay, what's your strength? Okay, do you need to work on your forehand, your backhand, your serve? And of course he said, my serve. And I said, okay. You go to your normal practice, or let's say you get to practice early. And for 5-10 minutes, you work on just your serve, right? The odds are he's going to improve on his serve just because it's the practice, it's the repetition, it's the extra time. A third way a student can modify how they study, and this could just be switching the order in which a student does homework. Like normally they would probably do their easiest subject of homework first. Change that up, do the harder subject that you know that you struggle in that takes all your focus and concentration, and then you have the easy homework left. Probably will make your day go by faster too. So attempting to correct something that's not working well at school, or just making a positive change, can make all the difference in improving academic success. Okay, so let's remember that we're going to go to the restated thesis. So we are going to change the sentence just a bit, because we're not going to do body paragraph 2. We're not going to do the mental health challenges. So if you turn in an essay and you've done the Zoom recorded class and you've done body 2, I'll know that you didn't follow instructions. So just be aware. There's something about a Zoom recorded class. You can't just look at the outline information and assume that you know what you're doing. Listen carefully, follow instructions, okay? Positive change can happen when students make resolutions at the beginning of a new year, or start of a school year, or any time between, as it can have a significant impact on academic progress, period. So we're not doing anything with mental health and well-being for anybody who's making up the class. So remember the conclusion. I did that 9% of people who make New Year's resolutions fail, which means 91%, or reach their goal, which means 91% fail. That's a great place to put that statistic. If you put statistics in the lead, you want to put statistics in the conclusion. And then you want to answer, okay, why do they fail? Well, they fail for a number of reasons, but probably the biggest reason is you need to set small, manageable goals. And you need to make sure that you're accountable and you track your progress. If that means a buddy, if that means going to a class. I'm going to give you all an example. I told my class, if you know what the Christian Bible is, it's about this big. Yeah, huge. So my goal this year is to do Bible and read the whole Bible, cover to cover, in a year. And it's a huge undertaking because it's really hard to read. And I've, read parts of it. So I'm doing it in a really fun way, everybody. I am doing a podcast. So I have this person who is reading them and I follow as they read. And then the person who's it's a priest who is very, very, knowledgeable, will explain what they mean. And I'm just kind of, my jaw's dropping like, I never knew what that meant. But ladies and gentlemen, it's 15 minutes. And I have a little checklist. I actually bought a companion book that went with it that kind of helps me explain it. I'm loving it. It's day 20. Miss Hensel has met her goal every single day. And I do it right before bedtime for the most part, because what I used to do is I used to get on Netflix, which is not good for me, right? And Netflix, you can just like go through show after show after show. And I realized that wasn't healthy for me, which is what a resolution is all about. So I replaced it with this. I sleep so much better too. And I'm happier. So it's really, really strange. I have set my own resolution, but I set it in a really smart way, in a way that it would make me accountable. Okay, so you're responsible for a lead, you're responsible for a body paragraph, and you are responsible for the conclusion. You can use the restated thesis, end sentences and topic sentences. Do not copy the lead ideas or the conclusion ideas, but use them and formulate your own version. If you've not done a lead and conclusion before, that's okay. Now's the time to set a resolution to start them. I need to prepare you to write a class essay, not just a body paragraph. You need to be able to read the whole thing, write the whole thing from start to finish. And then last, please don't write resolutions as your topic or as your title. Come on. It's lazy and easy to just give the topic away in the title, and kids do it more often than I can tell you. And it's really gives a poor first impression. Okay, I've given you synonyms. At the very least, try that, right? Remember that new year, you could put new. What's a resolution? Change, new changes. There you go. You don't have to use that, but you get the idea. That's how synonyms can help you with your title. All right. This concludes lesson 1, week 1 for January on resolutions. I appreciate you coming and thanks for attending class. Please make sure you write the essay within probably 2 to 3 days while it's fresh in your mind. And remember, know you and your, Remember, the title should not have resolutions in it. And remember, you are 3 body paragraphs. You were given quite a gift. I removed the second body paragraph, which was really challenging and really hard. So you get a little bit of a break. All right, thank you.